So Yusuf alayhi salam, let's see how he interprets the dream of the king. What does he say? قال Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim بعضنا أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قال تزرعون سبع سنين دعبا. The first thing that he says alayhi salam is that, okay, you guys are going to harvest, and let me actually read the exact translation. He says that you will grow your crops for 7 years consecutively. So basically that, you know what, you're going to plant them just as you are doing currently. You're going to continue to do that for 7 years straight. Da'ban, da'buhu wa daydanahu mean basically like their habit. As is your habit to farm, you're going to keep on farming for those 7 years like you have been doing so far. فَمَا حَصَدْتُمْ فَذَرُوهُ فِي سُنْبُلِهِ. And he says that whatever that you have harvest, so after you harvest, you put into the ground. Okay, so you sow it into the ground and then you eventually reap it, you take it out. As soon as you take it out, keep it inside of its stalk. Basically, preserve whatever produce that you manage to take out. Okay, so preserve it. Don't just like open it. Basically, don't open the packaging if you buy it from the store, because it's going to go bad pretty quickly, right? Until you actually need to eat it. So basically, take it out after you have taken it from the ground. Keep it in its shoot. Do not take it out of it. إِلَّا قَلِيلًا مِمَّا تَأْكُلُونَ. Except for just a little bit of what you know that you will be able to eat and live off of. Now look at this is prophetic economics, right? Especially for difficult times. I mean, we are living in like a pretty strange, we're living in like a K-shaped recovery. That's what they call it, right? You know how a K looks like? K is like this, and then like this and like this. So the rich are getting rich and the poor are getting poor. Everyone's just getting squeezed out. There's no middle class anymore, right? So everyone's just getting squeezed out on the bottom. And so in these kinds of times, when a person is finding that, you know what, I have too many weeks left at the end of basically the end of my paycheck, right? Get my paycheck and I'm like, man, there's still like, you know what, like I ran out of my paycheck and I still have 2 more weeks left of the month. What am I supposed to do? During these times, you take the advice of Yusuf alayhi salam. What does he say? Basically that, look, you know what, you've worked and worked and worked, you got your paycheck. Okay, live off of basically the bare minimum amount that you can until you can put away the rest for savings. That's what he is saying. And in times of difficulty, right, you're going to need to rely on those things. You'll need to rely on your savings. That's what these people have to do. They have to rely on their savings. What happens is, unfortunately, we live lavish when the paycheck hits. And then all of a sudden, you know what, the month is over and some other week left. And I'm like, man, when am I getting paid? That's what we're worrying about. Why? Because during times of ease, we became too complacent. We began to enjoy what we had a little bit too much. We got lost in the sauce, as they say. Saying that, you know, some scholars, they say that, you know, the reason why Fir'aun himself was so deluded, so absolutely deluded, he got to the point he began to say that أَنَا رَبُّكُمُ الْأَعْلَى, I am your Lord the Most High. You know why? It's because he never faced any hardship in his life. Never faced any hardship in his life. If he were to even face one headache in his life, he would realize that I am just a regular person like everybody else. But because he lived in so much comfort and luxury, had no difficulty whatsoever, he began to just become so deluded. He got to the point where he's like, clearly, you know what, I must be doing everything right. If you and I are like in times of ease, understand the system of Allah is that hardship is coming. Too often we look at it the other way, that if you're in difficulty, brother, don't worry, ease is coming after this. Inshallah, yusr is coming after this. That's what we always say, right? But for those of us who are living in yusr right now, you're living in ease right now, there's a guarantee, hardship is coming. That's just the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, hardship is coming. Maybe it's not going to be in your finances, maybe it won't be in your family life, maybe it's not in your social circle, maybe it's a health problem, Allah protect, maybe it is. Maybe everything else is fine, maybe you overcome this great hurdle, this health issue that you're dealing with, all of a sudden you become ostracized by your friends. Where did that come from? Whatever it is, right, a person is going to face hardships in their life. That's just the nature of this life.